All right, everybody. It's Wednesday morning. Ready to get started and get rolling. All right. So we're going to keep working on the Recon tool this morning. And we're not going to overexert ourselves here. We're going to take our time. We need to refactor some stuff. And so, we're going to try to do that. So here's where I am this morning. We are in the middle of trying to refactor our nmap command so that it can pop open a Terminator window so we can see it, and then run and then close. The Terminator window should close once it's done running the command. So I'm doing some experimentation right now. This is the Terminator command. So over here in this tab, you can see that when I try to run the Terminator command from inside of Python, it errors out. So it's not working correctly. So I got to figure out why it's not working correctly. Looks like it's the Terminator part that's not. I wonder if it's this title thing. I believed ChatGPT that title was a thing with Terminator as something you could pass in, but maybe it's not. Hey, good morning. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Oh, we're just going to settle in here to work on this for a little bit and try to learn some stuff and flex the old Python muscles. So we're gonna take. By the way, hope you're doing really great, RB. Good to have you this morning. Gonna take out this title thing here because I wonder if it lied to us and told us that that's what it was. Actually, before I even do that, I did this before I went live this morning, and I want you. We're gonna work on the Recon stuff this morning some more. So we're going to work on this Recon tool and see if we can get nmap fixed. And if we can get nmap fixed, then we're all the way back to nmap scan, GoBuster scan, nmap detailed scan, and then we can start trying to have it be smart and say, oh, there's FTP, we should run some FTP stuff, or oh, there's this, we should run that. So we just got to get this, get through these kind of couple little things here. Which that's the way it works. You can't just give up. We got to keep chipping away at it. But before I even went live this morning, I was looking here. This is interesting. So the command here didn't work. So here's the command, and you can see that it fails. So I want to run this command in the terminal to see if I can figure out what the problem is. And with Shell GPT, watch this. I can copy this. I can go over here and I can just paste it in. There it is. I paste it in. And then at the end of it, I just put clean up or clean this up so I can run it here. Right? That's it. And I'm going to hit Control L. Now remember, I have Shell GPT set up with the integration command to where all I have to do is hit Control L in the command line, and it takes the buffer. That means everything that's in the buffer, right? And when I say the buffer, I mean anything that is waiting to be inserted when you press enter on the keyboard. It takes everything in the buffer when you hit Control L, sends it to gpt-4o in this case, and there's a special prompt inside of Shell GPT that reminds it that you're only doing bash commands. Like bash commands are all you should return with GPT-4o, and it does it. Look, it completely cleaned up that command and removed all the Pythonic list stuff, and here it is. So now when I run it, it didn't even flicker this time. When I ran it before, Terminator actually opened for a split second and then just died. So something's wrong with the Terminator here. And what I think it is I think it is this title. So let's remove this title and let's run it. Nope, that's not it either. So we need to figure out, oh, you know what? this isn't the way that... Okay, so the way we're doing it in the GoBuster is I think we have Terminator E, and let's go look, but I think it has C bash, like command bash, or bash dash C. That's what it is. So let's go down to our GoBuster and see how we're doing it here. So here's the actual GoBuster command, which I actually like the way I did that there. I need to do that in my Python command. Well, I kind of already do it in the JSON up there. But then down here, you add the Terminator crap to it. So see, it's got this bash C right here. So why... Huh. Let me go back over here again. Do we have the GoBuster command in here? Because it ran GoBuster just fine. Oh, here we go. Perform in-map scan. Detailed in-map scan does have bash C. Are we not printing out the GoBuster command here? We need to change that. We need to print the GoBuster command out so that we can actually see it. Go else. Okay. Let's read our own function here, because I get in a bad habit of not reading my own function that I wrote. So if GoBuster's already running, don't run it. Terminator E bash C, and then I've got this bracket here. Join subprocess P open launch GoBuster background. Else launch GoBuster background, GoBuster command. Output file, return status. Okay, so let's print. No, I just want to print the GoBuster command. GoBuster command. There we go. Join.GoBuster command. Okay, so there's that. So let's try to run it again and see if we can get it to print that GoBuster command out so I can see what it's doing, because it works. It works fine. Oh, this is the wrong tab. Going over here. Okay. Let's run this. We're forcing. There it is. See, GoBuster pops up fine. We've had that working for a long time. It's just been working for so long that I don't even remember how it works. So we scroll down here. It should have printed out the GoBuster. Where's it at? Okay. Huh. Maybe it's not printing it out. Or I'm just really blind this morning, working on that coffee. All right, well, I'm just going to have to grab it myself, I guess, or figure it out. Let's just try to see if ChatGPT can help us this morning. Let's do this. Let's go over here. I have to keep remembering I do have it at my disposal. And let's see if it can help. Let's do the bash C. Bash C. Is it like that? No, it doesn't like that either. Unrecognized arguments. Do I have to have that whole thing in quotes? Is that what I'm doing wrong? GoBuster command E C. How does that work? Because if you put all this together, let's ask it. This command isn't working. Please fix it. Control L. Let's see if that works. Okay. All right, so I wondered about that. So here's what it changed. It put double quotes around the entire command it's going to execute. And then it has bash C, which just stands for bash run this command. And then it has that in single quotes. So let's see if that works. Okay, that works. All right, nice. Man, it's really nice having this. I keep forgetting I have the power to do it, but having GPT in your command line like this and being able to just talk to it to help you with the commands is so helpful. It's really a game changer. I just forget. It's so new. I'm still forgetting to even just utilize it like I should. Okay, so now that we know that that's what the problem was, let's do this. Let's add the title back in and see if the title works. Because if the title works, that is a really nice thing. And we would like to be able to have these windows be titled so that as we make more of them in the future, you could just immediately know what that window is responsible for. So let's paste this in. Okay, that worked. Oh, it worked. Look, in-map quick scan. Nice. So cool. See, RB, this is why you got to stick with it. You gotta stick with it and you'll figure it out. The other dum-dums out there figure out how to do this stuff. If other dum-dums can figure it out, I can figure it out, right? I'm not going to let those other dum-dums do something that I could have done just because I hit something a little hard and I start getting lazy. You got to fight that. You got to fight that. I'm not going to let those other dum-dums beat me. All right, so now that we know what the command should really look like, let's go inside here and try to fix it. Okay, so and by the way, Terminator, we need to change that. We need to add a title here too. Terminator command. So let's add a title here. Oh, it already has title. Title. I need to figure out how to get this to just let me do like just one. I'm not sure how to do like I don't want this whole line is what I'm saying. I just want part of this line. Do I have in here where am I putting together the GoBuster command? GoBuster scan. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave it as GoBuster scan. We're gonna have more GoBuster scans. Oh, I'd love to, RB. I would love to look at it. I would love to look at it when you're ready. So Terminator title, GoBuster scan. We don't need anything else. Let's put these on separate lines so it's more readable. Do I have the? Yeah, I didn't actually. See, sometimes that was funny. I couldn't tell if this little comma here, it was kind of grayed out. So sometimes you think it's there, but it's actually saying like you should press tab and add it. so that's how that works. C, join GoBuster command. Okay. Oh, I see how I'm doing this now. Okay, so the GoBuster command is all the way up here. And when I make the Terminator command, I'm just joining it. I don't really need to join it, do I? It works, though, so I'm not going to mess with it. Okay, press enter to close this window. All right. Oh, that's how that keeps that open. But we don't want to keep the in-map window open. So, okay, so that should work. We didn't really do anything that's going to break that. Now we should go up here to run GoBuster or run in-map. You know what we need to do? At some point, now that I'm thinking about it, we're running GoBuster so much, we probably should have a GoBuster function. Like run in GoBuster. and then we've just got a function that we use that pack, and you just pass the command you're going to run. Like in this case, it's this GoBuster command. So we would actually just pass the GoBuster command into a run in Terminator window function, and then just have it. Because right now, every time we need to run Terminator, we're kind of making a new. We're just doing it. See how we're doing that in here? We shouldn't do that. We should have a run in Terminator. And maybe we'll do that here in a second, because I think the reason we hadn't done that is because we only were doing that with GoBuster. Now we're going to do it with Nmap. We will probably do it with more tools. So we should do that. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of Nmap functions. Run Nmap scan. Okay, so here's the Nmap command. Somewhere we're trying to run it in Terminator already, and we're failing. Here it is, Terminator. Okay, that's why. Yeah, it's not working correctly because we're not doing it right, and we know how to do it right already. We just need to package it into a function. So that's what we are going to do now. Okay. So here it is right here, Terminator command. I'm just thinking for a second. Check if Terminator's installed. Okay, we should add that. We should just take all of this. All of this should be... Oh, why is there a launch GoBuster back? Oh, this is the one. Okay. So launch GoBuster background calls... What's this one? Run GoBuster scan. Am I calling that in here? Run GoBuster. It only appears in one place. How does that work? How am I calling it? Am I calling it from over here? Is that what it is? Calling it from routes. Yeah, okay. So I'm calling it from over there. So this is the actual one that runs. This is the main one. If Terminator is installed, so we really don't need that. Well, yeah, we do. Check if Terminator is if Terminator is installed, then run the command to see if it's already running. If the GoBuster command is installed, check if Terminator is installed. All of this will run if it is. If it is not, else launch GoBuster background print. That doesn't make any sense. So right now we're running whether it works or not. Oh, this is check if it's running in a Terminator window. Okay, I'm sorry, my bad. This is check if it's already running. If check Terminator installed. Okay, so Terminator is running. Now check to see if it's running in another window. Okay, subprocess, check output, decode, if Terminator, then print, it's already running. If not, Terminator command, GoBuster scan. Then we try subprocess open. Else, launch GoBuster background. Print. Yeah, I don't know why we have an else here that is trying to run it again if we determine that it won't run. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. That's for another day. That'll get us down a rabbit hole. So this is launch GoBuster background. Man, I think we got some like redundant code here. What? We got some totally redundant stuff going on here. Because here we're checking to see if it's already running. And then here we're checking to see if it's already running. So yeah, we got a little redundancy going on here, so we need to fix that too. I'm gonna make my windows bigger here so that we can have a little more real estate. I'm gonna make that just a little larger so we can see. And I'm actually going to close this terminal because we're not using it. All right, there we go. Now we got a little more. We got to get serious. We got to get down in here and get serious. So let's see here. All right, let's fix this Terminator. We're gonna do it. Because out of fixing this, we're gonna get our new just run Terminator command. So we're gonna fix the GoBuster. All right, so GoBuster scan. Working dir hostname IP. That's all good. Output directory. That's good. That's good. If scan. That's good. GoBuster command. That's good. Check if Terminator is installed. That's good. Now, don't we have a function here? We've got a launch GoBuster background, which we are calling right here. Man, I must have let it write some code for me, and it failed miserably. Wow. Wow. Well, this is definitely fine. That part's fine. Launch GoBuster background. I feel like we just don't even need that. We're going to get rid of... Because that's not what we're actually using, is it? We're using this to actually run it. We're not using this to run it. Because if everything goes well, you should run this. So I'm actually going to get rid of... Error launching GoBuster scan in Terminator. Falling to background. Oh, I think I get it now. It's trying to just run it in the background, but see, it's still trying to use... No, it's trying to run it in the background. We don't want that. If it doesn't run, no, we don't need that. I see now what it's trying to do, and we don't need that. That's not what we're trying to do. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay, now we're going to get rid of these other things that we don't need. This should be like return. There we go. That's what we want. None, because this is checking if Terminator is installed. None. Terminator is not installed. GoBuster scan will... No, it's not running in the background instead. Oh my gosh. I don't know where Cursor, and by extension Sonnet 3.5, because that's what's in here, got the idea that we're trying to run it in the background. I don't know where that came from. There we go. So that's that. I think we got rid of everything that was like referring to it running in the background. So we don't need that. Okay. So this part's all fine. We don't even need to check if Terminator installed. Okay. We need all of this for a new function. Copy. We're going to go here. Define run tool in Terminator. Command title. I want a title in this too. It's going to try here, but I actually just want to give it what I already have. All right, so if Terminator installed, Check if GoBuster is already running in Terminator window. Terminator command join. It's just command now. Now it's just command. I don't think we need to pause. I don't think we need to pause. I think we can leave that off. But we'll leave it for the moment. But I don't think we really need that. Subprocess. Launch GoBuster scan. Launch GoBuster scan in new window. Results will be saved to output file. Results will be saved to, yeah, and that's at a different spot in every command. So how do we get the output file passed down, though? That's one thing that we didn't think about. Well, I didn't think about. Where are we creating that at? We're creating it here. I mean, it's already here. We should just pass it in. So we should do command title. We should do command output file and title. Yeah. Okay. So we'll have three that we pass in. Unless we make it, I guess we make that part of the, we don't need title. Yes, we do need title. Because title is going to become a, I guess I don't even need an F string for this. It's just output file. No, I said output file. There we go. So that's that. That's that. By the way, we can get rid of all this up here now. Return none, like that, just like right here, right? See that? Return none. Terminator is not installed. Return none. Yeah, okay, good. Good. Let's get rid of all the extra stuff we don't need here. Return run tool in Terminator GoBuster output file GoBuster scan. Okay, sweet. Okay, so that's that. So now that means that when we have this, now we have a generic run tool in Terminator, and we don't have title still. That's the one thing we didn't pass in. So yeah. Run GoBuster scan. There's scan path, so that helps. Okay, so right here, title equals GoBuster scan of IP scan path. Nice. Now our title looks pretty. See, this is nice. Now the title actually is like GoBuster scan of IP and scan path. It will be saved in this output file. Run. There we go. Okay, so nothing looks red. We're going to run this and see if it works. We're going to make sure we still got one running over here, so we need to kill it because, I mean, that's the whole point, right? If it runs and there's something that, and it sees there's already, a GoBuster scan, then it should fail. So let's run this again. What? Max retries exceeded with URL. Did we kill the... Yeah, we killed the the server, that's why. There it is. Now it's running. We killed our API server. There we go. Perfect. And let's see. Now the title didn't come through because we forgot to actually, we're grabbing a title, but we're not actually putting it in there. You know what it is? It may be too big. I bet that's all the title that will fit on here. So maybe we don't want the actual output file name on it because it's too big. And then it bleeds. It bleeds. So that means that we want to go back to the title. Where did we put that? It's right here. We'll just do that. We'll just take this part off. I bet that's the problem. I bet it's just too long and it just bleeds right off the page. So let's run it again and let's see if that fixed that problem. Nope, it did not. We're not putting the title in. Okay. So that's the problem. We're not actually using the title, are we? Terminator command. Oh, because for the title we just have the output file. It's not what's supposed to be the title is supposed to be the title. All right, so that's how that's supposed to work. Why did we need the output file again? Oh, because we just have it right here. The results will be saved in the output file. That's fine. It's easy to pass it along. Okay, so now let's run it again. This is what happens. You just like run and look for new errors. Run and get a new error. Oh, it didn't run. Why didn't it run? Oh, I did that max retries thing. Oh, which means we killed it again. There we go. We made a change that just... So when you're working with an API, you'll play with it and you'll forget that you just literally killed it. It just died because you were working on it and the thing you did just made your API just crash. Now it just says GoBuster scan. All right, so our title. So obviously we need to play with the title a little bit more than we're doing. Man, we are spending a lot of time just trying to get this stupid title right. I apologize. So where are we? There it is. Right, but no, right here, title is GoBuster scan of IP scan path. And we pass it here, title. And then we use it here, title. So why is it only coming up as... Why didn't it come... It just said GoBuster scan. It didn't have any of the rest of that in. What are we doing wrong? Let's try it again. Do you see anything? Yeah. Huh. It just says GoBuster scan. I mean, that's good enough, but I don't know. Now I'm just curious. I want to know why it's not actually putting the rest of the title in. It's putting in GoBuster scan, and then that's it. Why wouldn't it put the rest of it in? What if I do that? I put an underscore in there to make that like almost like one word. Right now I'm just curious. I just want to know why. What? Something's not right. There's no way. Something is not... That doesn't make sense. What are we not doing? Okay. Terminator command, title. What? We're going to print the title here. Print title. Can't type. There we go. Title. All right. Oh. Okay, so now let's try it again. It just says GoBuster scan. Something is I am totally missing something. I'm doing something really weird. Title is just GoBuster scan. There it is. So it printed it. Okay, so somewhere, how the frick are we losing this? We have it right here. Title equals GoBuster scan. Return. Oh my gosh, do you see this? OMG. What the frick? I really feel like I didn't do that. I really feel like I must have hit tab at some point and it did that. That is annoying. It had a hard-coded title that it was passing into the... Oh my gosh. Okay. So we fixed that. We don't need this print command anymore. We're going to run it one last time and fix it. Let's make a line there. Yeah, let's run this one more. Let's kill this one so that we don't get the warning that says we already have something running. Let's run it again. Our API server is still alive. Run. Oh my gosh, and for the love of all that is good and pure, we finally got the title working right. But that's fine because we're going to reuse this function now. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the nmap function. So now we have fixed or upgraded the run terminator and another window function. That's good. So now we have run tool in terminator. So we've got that. And it's now just a generic function, which is what we wanted. Now we're going to go up to nmap. And we're going to do the same thing with nmap. So now we're going to have run nmap scan. So somewhere in here, we're trying to execute the terminator. Yeah, here's prepare nmap command. We don't need terminator. We're going to take the all the terminator stuff off. And it should just be preparing just the nmap portion. Excuse me. The nmap portion of the command. And now to execute it, we're going to... We don't need to execute nmap command anymore. Actually, we don't even need this anymore. Because what we should do is instead of executing the nmap command, we are going to... wherever this is at, we're going to replace it with the run tool in terminator. So let's copy that and find out where it is. So let's Control F, execute command. Here it is. Try execute nmap command. So we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to run tool in terminator, nmap command, output prefix, input, and then see how it did that again? It hard-coded a title in here. So we are going to... Scan type is right there. That's all I care about. So let's do this. So now for title, let's put title equals nmap scan type. Oh, see, now it's helping me. Sometimes it helps you, the autocomplete, and sometimes it is stupid and tries to hard-code something like that. So now this should be... Gonna help me? Title. Okay. So that should run. And that should work. Now we can, let's just go ahead and comment this out for now, just to prove that we're not using it. Okay. So now let's try it. Now let's run this. We've killed all of our terminator. We don't have any more. Let's check and make sure we didn't kill our... Okay, looks like our API is still working correctly. We're going to run this. Oh, we got 2. Do we have 3 terminator windows now? No, we only have 2. So now we've got the quick nmap scan and we've got the GoBuster scan. And really that GoBuster scan should not be running until the nmap scan completes. So there's that, and here's this. Still nice though. We got the Nmap scan going. We got the GoBuster scan going. They have nice titles. It's very nice. I don't know. You guys tell me how you feel about this press enter to close window, or if we just want it to really close the window. I don't know. We actually got Nmap results. I'm not even sure how we got those. I don't even know how we got those. I don't know if it's because it looked from previous runs. So we need to delete the... we need to RM... RF... Spicy Hut. Yeah, now let's run it again. So I just deleted the notes that it creates. It creates a folder, because we see here Spice Hut, and it'll create the folder with the notes, and I want to delete it completely so I can see what was actually happening. So yeah, there's the Nmap scan. Yeah, it's kicking off this GoBuster too soon. GoBuster should not kick off until it already has confirmed that there actually is a port 80 open that it needs to run on. I mean, granted, when you're doing a CTF, almost every time there's a web component that you're running against. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to assume. We all know what assuming does, right? In case you didn't know, assume, right? There's assume. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me, right? That's what assuming does. Makes an ass out of you and me. So do not assume. Okay? I learned that a long time ago. If you've never heard that one, there you go. Don't assume. Okay, that was free. That wasn't even coding. That was just fun stuff from Knox this morning. Okay, so let's go over here and figure out, first of all, why GoBuster is running before the Nmap scan completes. And then we've got to think this through anyway, because the way we were doing it before was we were waiting on the Nmap scan to come back. Now we don't want to wait on the Nmap scan. Now we want to run and just continue on about our merry way. So we've got prepare Nmap command. I'm going to close that. Should use existing results. That's fine. Preparing output directory. Actually, we need to check this the should use existing results, because if we run this again, if I kill this and we run this again, theoretically the Nmap window should not pop up this time. So I'm going to turn off force. Perfect. So that part still works correctly. So we grabbed the results that were already there, and we jumped straight into the GoBuster because we saw that those results were already there, so we didn't run the Nmap scan. So that's perfect. That part's good. Really glad that part's good. That's one less thing we got to fix. Validate the scan type. This is run the Nmap scan. Okay, so this is run the Nmap scan. And these are just our scan. I made a JSON here that has the scan type and the arguments for each scan type. Right now we just have quick and detailed. We'll eventually add in other types to see, to help. Nmap scan, okay. Output, so that part's fine. Output prefix. Okay, that's fine. Should use existing results, works. Prepare the command, yes. Title, yes. Run in Terminator, yes. Return, process Nmap output. Okay, so that's the problem. We really should be returning tool, run tool, and Terminator. That's what we should be running. So we need to, I'm just going to comment this line out. And instead, we need to return this. Return run tool and Terminator. And then we're going to process the Nmap results separately, right? So now if we go over here and kill this and run it, here, let's make sure the, yep, still good. Okay, so if we run this, all right, good. Well, I need to run a force because we didn't actually try it. I need to turn the force flag back on. Force. So we still get an error occurring. Error occurred while making the request. So I'm not sure what request we're making there that it's erroring on. We need to find out. Okay. So let's kill both of these. That might be over in the other one because I don't know what it's asking for. It must be over here. Basic recon. Perform in-map scan. Perform GoBuster scan. Perform in-map detailed scan. So what is giving a 500? Why is it giving a 500? Kicking off quick in-map scan. An error occurred while making a request. Internal server error. On, oh good, it tells me on perform in-map scan. Okay, so failed to perform in-map scan. Exiting. Okay, so it thinks it's not getting the in-map scan back correctly. That's in tools. We got another 15 minutes or so. We're doing good. I've drank all my coffee. I'm going to bring down a bigger cup before I start. Run in-map scan. It's got to be on these returns down here. Return run tool in Terminator. What? Well, I guess it's what is it expecting back? That's the problem. So like perform GoBuster scan expects it's going to try, and when it results an error equals in the GoBuster scan. Oh, is it? Do I have it backwards? Is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be results and error. Results, error. So that would mean I have this backwards over here. It should actually be run GoBuster scan, run tool in Terminator. So that it should actually be Terminator is not installed. Oh, that's that one. But this one would still be backwards because the error is supposed to be on the end, right? Like that. So that means that this one, same thing. It shouldn't be, it should be none. And we actually don't need these parentheses on this. I don't know why they're on here. It's just a plain old F string. I mean, am I reading that right? It's showing results error, not error results. So that should be fine. And then the same thing for this one, results error. Yeah. Perform in-map scan. Results error. Okay. Maybe that'll fix it. Let's go look. Is the API running? No. Start it over. Okay, it's running, which is a good sign. Let's run a force. Whoa! What did we do? What did we do? String indexes must be integers and not a string. Okay. Before we do that, though, we're going to delete that folder again. I'm going to kill this. We're going to try it one more time. Okay, so the in-map scan started. We didn't get a 500. It means we're going on to the this is a different error that's being bubbled up here, and it is inside our port info. String indexes must be integers and not a string. On which one? On line 211 of display in-map results. This is a good sign. It means we've gotten further than we've gotten before. So let's close these. We're gonna have to change our stuff here too, because this is not just GoBuster now. Run tool and terminator is now a utility function. So let's cut this. I've been trying to learn to use cut more. It always feels scary, but it's not too bad. You always have Control Z if you really F things up. There. Now run tool and terminator. So we have our 3 utility functions. We've got GoBuster scan functions. And then up here should be our other functions. Hold on here. I need to check my phone real quick. Sorry, you know, I have to do that about this time every day. You wonder what I'm doing on here every day, don't you? But I have to do it. All right, there we go. It's done. Okay, so we were trying to figure out, it was on line 211. Did it say 211? Then it's not in here. Where? Let's go back. Wait a minute. It's in K-tron. Oh, so in K-tron on line 211, that's where the problem. Okay, so we're all the way over in here now. So this one is the problem child. It's in 211, which is display the nmap results. And so something is not right. And what it's doing is if you didn't know, I am converting the nmap XML to JSON. Okay, so nmap XML to JSON right there. It's not very long. It's pretty short. And so that means that in our notes file, if we go to Spicy Hut here, there is a JSON. Right? Where'd it go? Oh, that's why. It's not here. Okay, so now we have what it is, that means we have a race condition. Okay. So we're doing the perform nmap quick scan. So let's see, right here, kicking off at the quick scan, self.scan info, API request, perform nmap scan parameters, if scan info is none, failed, display nmap results. So it is assuming, so we've changed things, okay? RB, thanks for reminding everybody to like and subscribe, and I'm gonna like my own stream again. Like my own stream. There we go, I liked my own stream. I always like to like my own stream. So what we've done is we've changed the whole flow of the program. We're used to, when we ran the nmap scan would run before it would return. But now we are just letting the nmap scan run in the background, and we don't have results yet. So now instead of display nmap results, we need to go into a little loop right here, because we really need to get them before we move on. Because without nmap results, we really can't do anything. So we need to do a little for loop here. So let's do this. We could actually do this without talking to the API. And I'm trying to decide if that's smart or not. We could just check the notes folder to just see if the file exists. And I guess there's no reason why we couldn't do that. That would be easier than sending back out another a polling request to the API. So let's think. Do we want to just check the file and see if the file exists? Or do we want to actually have a function that checks if the file exists with our little API server? I feel like the better thing to do would be to have all the functionality in the actual API server, not over here. So the for loop, so over here we should have, so let's go back to tools first. That means we need routes. That means we have to have a route but we have to also know the output file name to do that. What are we calling this? Oh, we could save it in... I guess we could save the results. No, the results just go to the file. We just got to think about this for a second. This is important. So the results are going into a file over here. Okay. And we also need to create that JSON file. So there needs to be some way to come back and create that JSON. So I guess we probably do want to do it. I want to think of a way I can do it over here, but I'm not thinking of a way right off the top of my head to know that we should do that. K-tron. So we're going to perform, so let's look here. We perform the InMap quick scan. We perform the GoBuster scan, and we do the InMap detailed scan. Now somehow we're going to have to figure out how to do a loop here to get these things going. Unless we want to do the loop after. Like these three things are like bedrock. And then after these three things, everything can start to loop. We could do that too. But I think for simplicity's sake right now, we're going to take this perform quick scan and we're going to be cheesy right now. And we're going to do this. We're going to say scan complete equals false. Okay. And then we're going to, while scan not complete. Now see, it's doing check InMap status. It's suggesting that we should check, that we should use the API to do it. And so what we need to do then, if we're going to do this, which I'm totally down with doing. By the way, we have to add time up here before I forget. Okay, add time. Yeah, this is good. So we need to, do we have TinyDB over here yet? Are we importing TinyDB in here? No. Yes, we are. Good. But we're not using it yet. It doesn't look like. So we need to start saving some things in TinyDB. So let's do this. So we need to save. Let's look at what TinyDB looks like right now. So right now, we got to go up here. Remember, you can right-click and hit format document, and you can get this to come to look prettier. Okay, so we've got an IP. We got the working dir hostname. All right, so what we'll need to do is we need to insert a InMap basic scan in here. Yeah, we need to insert InMap basic scan, and we'll need to tell it that, and then we'll need to consult the database to say whether it's done or not. So we'll have to have a InMap basic scan. We'll have to have a completed true false, and then if it's completed true, it should run the parsing where it parses that JSON file. Actually would create the JSON file and parse the JSON file and store what it found in here. And then as we move forward, other functions can refer into the TinyDB JSON and see, oh, that one is running. Like the GoBuster will be very important because the GoBuster will have a running true, like it's still running. We'll just have to periodically check that it's still running. And that's important to know. And then it'll come back with with the files it's found. For instance, over here, like it'll save in there that it found. Oh, this is Nmap, not GoBuster, but it'll save. It'll say that it found them. Okay. And then we need to do like recursive scans on them. So, all right. Well, we're gonna stop here today. We made some progress today. We were able to get the run. We were able to get the Terminator into its own function now. So now the run tool in Terminator is its own function, which is great. Now we've revealed that we didn't really do we have the info dict, which is just our dictionary that has like some information in it, but we're not saving things into the database properly yet, and I feel like we need to do that. And we need to save it into the info dict too. So we'll need to, that's what we'll have to look at on Friday, is how do we do that? How do we save the results from the Nmap scan into the info dictionary and into TinyDB? And how do we properly wait long enough and have some kind of looping to make sure that we're checking for when that Nmap scan is finished? And that's good, because really we should think about it this way. We're going to have that loop anyway. We have to have a loop. How these got open? There's our info dict right there where it gets initiated. We've got to have a loop. Here it is, basic recon. Got to have a loop that goes through this basic recon stuff. Okay, and maybe we decide it's not here. Maybe basic recon doesn't get a loop. Okay, so let's stick with me here for a second. So maybe basic recon is just straight line. Nmap scan, GoBuster scan, Nmap scan. That's basic recon, no loop. Okay, just bang, bang, bang in order. And then we have so we do basic recon, and then we could have standard recon, I don't know, or further recon or something like that. But then that becomes the loop. And so that one becomes, okay, now we've done the basic Nmap. We've done some GoBuster. We've even done a detailed Nmap. Now we can assess and start running tools based on what the basic recon has brought back. Do we have FTP? Is it SMB? Is there a web page? Is the web page at 80? Is it at 443? Are there other things? So then we can start adding tools to run into the loop for more, not necessarily basic stuff. So I feel like that's what I want to do. I feel like we'll stay away from the loop. We'll get these three to run in a straight line. And when I say straight line, I mean we have to wait for this one. This one we have to wait for. Then this one can kick off, and then this one can kick off. And then this one needs to finish. And then once this one finishes, this one will keep going forever, because GoBuster scans seem to never actually finish. This one can just keep going, and then this one can finish, and then we'll start into the loop where we're actually taking the results of these and running other tools. All right. I've pontificated enough. Thanks for hanging with me today, those of you that were here. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you all, hopefully, on Friday. See ya.